Now let's talk about the games. And let's talk about what has happened to the thing. I know I got disconnected again because this is where I do my little talking on. So you got E3 coming up. But E3 should be the focal point. For Microsoft, this is really big. For them, this is really big. And it's okay. I mean, I kind of hope they do go well. Because if they don't, it's finito. It's finito already, you know. It's finished. But this is very important for Microsoft to make themselves relevant for next generation. Because I am sitting here and I'm telling you right now. Whoa. Wow, there's farting in my ear. I don't care about that. All right. All right. So, like I was saying, back to the commentating at hand. Okay. So, I'm telling you that it's looking rather precarious for the people that work for Microsoft. I have heard people say it on many occasions, maybe Microsoft should fire everybody and start over. I'm going to say this too. Maybe they should. Because this right here, this is getting out of hand. I'm being honest. And it is downright near embarrassing. Some of the things you're starting to see. Microsoft is really in a lot of trouble. And I don't say that lightly. Now, I know these dudes who be on Xbox have been saying for years, Sony's in trouble, Sony's in trouble. No, my nigga, Microsoft's in trouble. Microsoft is in a whole heap of trouble. And only those who are fools don't think so. Man, let me say this up front. I don't know what you can do. I'm being honest. It's terrible. It's horrible. I mean, it's bad. Man, it's so terrible for Microsoft right now. It's like unbearable. And I know those who are Xbox fans like to jump down people's throats and say, oh, you're just bashing Microsoft. Firstly, we ain't bashing nobody. It's just telling the freaking truth. The company is in trouble. Now, as far as all of Microsoft in trouble, of course not. Microsoft is a $1 trillion, billion-dollar company. They ain't got no troubles like that. But what I'm saying is, this here can't continue. You know, this can't continue. I'm being honest. Wow, they using flashy things. Oh. I'm doing the hip fire thing again. Yeah, it's pretty sad. I mean, to be honest with you, it really is. I mean, oh, well, I couldn't shoot him that time. Woo, that nigga run around that now like, damn. So yeah, it's, if you're a Microsoft fan, I mean, it's looking really bad. I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to be a fanboy here. Oh, fuck it, I'll tell the truth. I'm a fanboy for Sony. But yo, this is like, it's like, you know, you have to really be honest on this one, man. You know what I'm saying? It's getting really, really bad. You know when it get bad when your girlfriend don't want to talk no more? It's like that. It's getting really, you know, it's getting really bad. I don't know what could be done. That's a really good gun. That's a really good gun. It's not that strong, but it's very accurate. And for a submachine gun, it's got a good range to it, which I like. After going back to playing Modern Warfare Part 4 Remastered, this is a far superior game. Fuck what you heard. Another thing I want to talk about is controllers from the PlayStation. I have a controller that looks like it's perfectly brand new, but something's wrong with it. It feels, I don't know. Feel like it's broken. But that's not the main issue here. Back to what I'm talking about. So let's talk about gaming for the future. The PlayStation is lining up their studios to murder next generation. Will it happen? Who knows? Because everybody thought Microsoft was going to murder Sony last generation. It didn't happen. But I'm telling you right now, if Microsoft don't get their shit together, they're going to be out of the game. Listen, this is what you got to realize. I think Sony can release a $500 console. Even I'm going to buy it. I'm going to get an HDR television because HDR is the next level, right? And you need at least 60 frames a second for your game. So I think those two things are going forward. I think what we don't necessarily need to concentrate on no more is strictly 4K. If the game is 1800p, that's fine. If the game is 1440p HDR, that's fine. I think that's all we really need. I don't think we need to concentrate on that. But this is the thing. Nintendo games look beautiful. I don't like Nintendo games because their characters don't talk. But at the same time, their games look beautiful. PlayStation games look beautiful. Xbox games, I don't know. I don't know what Microsoft is trying to do. You're losing your fan base. Now you lost Next Gen 720. You lost that nigga. You lost Next Gen 720, one of the biggest Xbots I've ever seen. I even got in arguments with this brother every now and then on Twitter, but we was mostly just joshing. Some niggas got real serious about me just talking, Joe. I was just taking shots, and motherfuckers was like, I'ma delete you. I'm like, nigga, you delete me?
Cable locked down. We're winning the fight. Enemy has the arm. Baker is ours. We're taking Baker. Enemy contact. Baker. Enemy capturing Aiden. Able is overrun. Fix him and flank him. They're taking Baker. They're taking Baker. We hold Charlie. They're taking Charlie. They're capturing Baker. Baker's overrun. Taking Baker. They're taking Baker. They're capturing Baker. Charlie is lost. They're taking Baker. Hold Baker. Fighter pilot in your area. Call for a strafing run. They're taking Able. Enemies down. They're taking Baker. Enemy bomb incoming. Get to cover. Taking Charlie. Capturing Charlie. Capturing Baker. Lost B. Enemy recon aircraft observed. Enemy capturing A. Enemy bomber in the sky. Take cover. Baker locked down. Enemy care package observed. Stop there and resupply. They're taking Baker. Closing with Charlie. Enemy contacted Able. They're capturing Able. Firing division artillery. Target position confirmed. Able is overrun. Hold Charlie. They're taking Baker. They're taking Baker. Enemy They're taking Baker. They're capturing Charlie. They're capturing Baker. They're capturing Charlie. Lost C. They're capturing Baker. Closing with Charlie. They're taking Able. They're taking Baker. Incoming enemy artillery. Get to cover. Capturing Baker. Lost A. Capturing Baker. Good work. Let's go for the next push. Domination.
Cover me!
Advance and take position. Take it, take it. Cover me! Enemy control Baker. Charlie is ours. Enemy controls Baker. We have the lead. Incoming enemy artillery. Get to cover. taking Baker. Strafing run inbound. Taking Baker. Enemy capturing Charlie. Taking Baker. They're capturing Able. Low altitude bombing run underway. Capturing Baker. They're capturing Able. Taking Baker. Taking Baker. Enemy contact. All turret gunners wait for orders. They're capturing Baker. Taking Charlie. They're taking Baker. Charlie is overrun. Enemy contacted, eh? All turret gunner inbound. Target capturing Baker. Capturing Charlie. Lost B. Charlie locked down. They're taking Able. Enemy bomb. Incendiary bombs incoming. Enemy contacted, eh? Recon aloft. We have eyes in the sky. Enemy contacted, eh? Aircraft gunner leaving the airspace. Enemy capturing Charlie.
He's not gonna make it!
Enemy contact Charlie. Capturing Baker. Recon airborne. Lost C. They're capturing Able. Enemy recon aircraft observed. Got him. Enemy counterintelligence aircraft observed. We hold Charlie. Enemy capturing Charlie. Dug in at Baker. Charlie is overrun. Counterattack. They're capturing Baker. Able locked down. Capturing Baker.
Shit, he's hit!
Capturing Baker.
Enemy down! There's one in the open!
Mortar shot out. Sweeping the zone. Baker's lost. They're taking Able. Great work. They are in full retreat.
Now, back to what I was saying before I got rudely interrupted, good people. Yeah, Microsoft, I think, is in the thoroughly doo-doo pit right now. Will they stay that way? I don't know. I mean, I can't judge it. I mean, I'm not going to try to. But I will say this. If they don't straighten up and fly right soon, they might be out of the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest. And and people think, oh, you know, this and man, you keep looking at Sony, thinking that Sony is the reason why Microsoft can't win. It's not that. It's not the reason for that. The reason for that is that they just not doing what they need to do as a company, and they can't. You know, and I can't make it no better than that. You know, some people gonna want to throw Phil Spencer under the bus. You want to throw Mikey Ibarra, all these people. Look, these are people that do what they're told at their business or work. And, you know, I'm not defending him at all. I think Phil Spencer has a messed up idea of what gaming is today. It ain't with the games your kids play. Adults play more games than kids do. And kids on tablets. Adult niggas, it's like going graduating now. Real talk, my little sister wants to play Call of Duty. She's kind of tired of YouTube. She's trying to graduate to the next level. Feel me? She wants to graduate. Wow. Wow, the fuck? Oh, God, let me concentrate for a second. Concentrate for just a second. That's complete. Oh. Oh. I couldn't even see that nigga. Bitch. Ah, come on. Trying to style the profile. I ain't letting this shit happen. This nigga came through the baseball bat. Do you wanna build a snowman? La da 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 da. It's okay. So yeah, I think honestly, you know, it's just my opinion. It's just my opinion, but I mean, I'm not trying to tell people how to do their thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really. So I can't tell Microsoft that they're wrong. I feel like they are. Again, that's just my opinion.
Enemy care package observed. Deny the enemy vessel intelligence aircraft observed. Enemy recon aircraft in the air. He is lost.
Look at that. Nigga gonna dive on the ground. Uh-oh, he coming this way. Bitch.
Enemy contact at Bear.
Ah. Well.
Incoming enemy artillery. Get to cover. Taking heavy casualties.
I don't care. Ah. These brothers really trying to win.
Enemy contact at Taser. Securing Anton.
Oh God, I thought I had a grenade. I didn't.
Enemy contact at Anton. Fire superior. Anton is lost. Losing a
Doing this hip fire shit, it's not easy. Jump. He's like, he's speaking that bad hard as hell. I knew I was gonna give it to him. You always give it to the niggas that don't do nothing. Not even trying, but it's okay. Yeah, so HDR is what the upgrade is, okay? So, next gen gaming. I think 60 frames a second is gonna be, everybody's gonna be playing that. Damn it. I saw his ass too late.
Enemy recon aircraft in the air. Enemy counterintelligence aircraft observed. Enemy contact at Kaiser. Kaiser is lost. Bomber mission ready for orders.
All right.
Cover coming run inbound. Securing there. Capturing Kaiser. Securing there. Ready for orders. Enemy bomber in the sky. Take cover. Paratroopers in the air. Turret gunner inbound. Enemy contact at Kaiser. Kaiser is taking cover. Enemy contact at Beata. Sending motor rounds. Zone and sweep throughout the two bomber inbound. Dropping incendiaries. Capturing air. Recon airborne. Delta is out. Control all objectives. Hold the line. Enemy taking air. Enemy capturing air. Enemy contact at airport. Throughout the two bombing run inbound. Delta is overrun. Enemy capturing airport.
slaughter. Well, you know what I'm finna talk about now. So, the Xbox community needs to go buy PlayStations and play on the best console to play games. I don't think Sony should shoot. I really wanted like 15 teraflops or something like that. But I think the thing that would be key is if giving our developers on the Sony side of things all the RAM they need. I think RAM and the CPU is going to be more important than the GPU. And I'll tell you why. Look what Sony did with a console that is less powerful than a 1X. Nothing looks better than God of War. That's crazy. That's crazy. And it ain't gonna get no better for them, I'm being honest. Another duplicate. And I'm just saying, it's not gonna get no better for them. And I don't know what you can do as Microsoft about this, because to be honest with you, I don't think there's nothing you can do about it. You know, some people gonna really start to say crazy shit like, oh, you know, you're being biased, media biased. Let me say something to you. Try to be a minority in this country, or a woman, or a gay person, then tell me about bias. Because you motherfuckers don't know what the fuck that word means. Y'all Kanye Westing it out the ass. You know what I'm saying? Good Lord. But I don't judge nobody and what they want to feel like they can do. It's cool. No problem. But don't use that BS, man. You know? Man, things are hard enough, you know. So let us go ahead and move forward on what's needed to do in the industry. For you guys on the Xbox side of things, you need to tell Microsoft to stand up and put out games that you guys want to play.
Feel anything?
I feel real good right now.
Thanks, sir.
But the truth of the matter is, if we are going to continue in the gaming community, there's no reason to attack each other just because we like playing different things. Me, I like Call of Duty. Every time I try to play a different first-person shooter, I don't like it. I know I say weird, but mostly I'm a third-person guy who likes RPGs and story-driven experiences. Call of Duty does it for me in this way, okay? Other games, man, I really don't feel it, you know. So, but yeah, at the end of the day, I think the truth of the matter is, going forward as a community, we have to really start just saying, okay, we don't like this, we like this, we don't like this, we like this. And I will say another thing, for game console manufacturers, you who make this here are heroes. The enemy right now is those that make the games, third parties. These son of a bitches make more money than God himself and claim him broke. You know, God of War, if you times 3 million in 3 days in a game that costs $55 a pop, and you imagine it only cost Sony what, $50-60 million to make this game, they made that money back then some. The advertisement, $20-30 million, they made that money back and then some. I will go a step further. I think Detroit Become Human, this has got a lot of people's ears perked up, saying, okay, if God of War is good, why not Detroit Become Human? People, it's going to be a beautiful generation to come. The PlayStation 5 is either next year or the year after next, and regardless of the fact, it's going to be beautiful. Shout out to you, Jennifer. I know you're listening, baby. I'm a little bit intoxicated. My brother gave me a weed cookie. I feel fucked up. That's why I don't get drunk or intoxicated. But I will say this though, man. I really feel like the generations are changing. When I listen to some podcasts over the last couple of days, I've heard some things that, you know what? I used to say they treat the console like it's a woman. No, it's their deity. It's like a religious figure. It's like people talking against Jesus of Allah. Let me tell you something right now. I got nothing against Jesus. I ain't got nothing against Allah. I ain't got nothing against nobody. But if you say something negative about these figures, people have something negative to say to you. Let me tell you something about Muhammad, the great prophet Muhammad. He killed tens and thousands of people. Real talk. No bullshit. Real talk. You know, in the Middle East, the place they called Saudi Arabia used to be a part of Africa. He killed off the blacks in that region. There were black Jewish tribes in Saudi Arabia. Black Jewish tribes and kingdoms in Saudi Arabia. He killed it off. You don't believe me? Look at the movie called Bilal. Though that's only giving you a little chunk of the story. Now, am I here to judge what Muhammad did one way or the other? Man, the dude been dead for a long ass time. I ain't judging. We go over to Jesus. Now the thing about it, Jesus was a peace and love and free and happiness type motherfucker. Real talk. But those that ended up following Jesus, they have done nothing but destruction, murder, and rape on an epic level. Real talk. I'm going to tell you something. As bad as the Muslims are in their past, Christians are no different. Now, for the first 300 to 400 years of Christianity, they got their ass kicked. They got their ass kicked. Now, this is no joke. They got their ass whooped. So when they gained power, they started to do the same things that people did to them. See, that thing that Jesus said, do unto others as they will have you do unto them, they did unto others as they had done unto them. Jews and others, and I'm just going all religions and period. It's like people lie to make themselves feel good about a certain situation. Now I'm giving you an example. There are parts of Africa today, populations completely been changed by the arrival of Islam. That whole top half of Africa was niggas. All of it. Not no more. Then you go over, they try to give you this bullshit shit. Oh, there's a barrier. Let me tell you something. Go to Europe. Go to Asia. Go to Americas. Has there ever been a barrier that stopped people from going to a place? The deserts are all over this world. People live in the desert to this day. It ain't that big of a barrier. People live in extreme climate situations. If that's the case, no Russians should live in Siberia. But they do, don't they? Bull crap. Now let's talk about the Christians. We often talk about Columbus and all of this. The Crusades. Millions and millions of Jews and Muslims were slaughtered during that. There's no doubt, it's the truth. The Mongols slaughtered millions. It's the truth. It's the truth. And there's probably wars and regions we don't even know about, because the truth be told, they don't really teach us nothing in American schools. Nothing. I know, let me tell you what I got a lot of growing up. I got a lot about England and France. Let me say this as a person of color. Europe, and I'm not even European, Europe is bigger than England and France. What? What about Italy after Rome? What about Germany? What about Spain? Holland, the Netherlands? What about all these other places in Europe that you never hear nothing about? Not in no movies, not in no historicals. Now they're talking about the Vikings. I don't heard about the Vikings for a long time, but they're never getting the shine they're getting now. Do you move over to going east in Europe? Only thing I ever heard of Russia when I was growing up as a kid that they were communists. I had no idea about the czars, terrible. None of that was even talked about. Zero. China. Mao Zedong, before Mao Zedong, Cao Plao-Shek, all these people, and then the emperors before them. Through Asia, Korea, Vietnam, which was once called Indochina. Right? Then you got the Philippines, Laotia, all these places, South Island, Pacificers, all these people not talked about in history. Africa, African history not talked about. You know what they talk about? England, France. If you watch a lot of movies, I don't know how many movies have been about Joan of Arc. I don't know how many movies about King John and all this other bullshit, King Arthur. Look, let me tell you something. Mulan was before Joan of Arc. And that's more than Mulan, babies. I'll give you another person, Jubei. Let me give you a real truth. Now, I know this game is coming out called Ghost of Tsushima, right? And they talk about the invasion of the Mongolians into Japan on this island of Tsushima. Now, I know they're going to use the Japanese dude, right? Listen up. Jubei was not a man, but a woman. The woman that led the resistance against the Mongolians when they came into their land. Jubei. I'll give you another person that nobody ever talks about. This chick from Greece who fought against the Turks. They killed her. Great woman. Nobody ever talks about her. Talk about Queen Boudica from the ancient Britons who fought the Romans. Nobody never talks about her. They talk about Hannibal in passing. And then when they talk about him, they try to change his color. Wow, not surprising. Tell you another thing. Rome was a multiracial country. Was Rome in Europe? No doubt. But the truth of the matter is, when Rome fell, the peoples that lived in Rome that were black, that were Asian looking and whatever, they just melded into the population because the continent they were living on was white. They're white. That's why some places in Europe, you find they got 20% Chinese DNA. Where the fuck this come from? It comes from Rome. Where does 20% African come from? It comes from Africa. That's where the fuck it comes. It's already there. Just like if you go to Africa in certain places, you find Chinese DNA, you'll find European DNA, you'll find Arabic DNA. It's not because people just came in contact with one another. People live in different places. And countries and civilizations exist for all the time. This too, my children, shall pass. Where we're living at right now, there's not always going to be a North America. Screw that. No, it won't. There won't always be a Mexico. There won't always be an England. There won't always be a Saudi Arabia. There won't always be a nothing. The country they call Egypt today, name is Kemet, Tau Ceti, Land of Bo, Sweet, all those places. What they call it today? Egypt. Carthage is called Libya today. What was it called before then? The men of bare bones. What are you talking about? The men of bare bones. Bare bones because when you fought them, you were nothing left but your bare bones. The Numidian cavalry, Alexander the Great. We get stories of him. But what about the Persians who ruled in Persia? Why not tell the story of the great Persian emperors? No talk. No. Why would we? Why not tell me about the ancient Philippines? No, don't hear it. What talk about those ancient civilizations that scattered throughout Africa? Nope, don't want to hear it. Right now they're making another movie about fucking Robin Hood. How many Robin Hood movies has there been? A bunch. How many movies about King Arthur's been? A bunch. This is retarded. Our media, and then the thing that's really bad is people believe everything they see on television. For people around the world, they've only seen the Egyptians as Elizabeth Taylor. Fuck, even Egyptians in Egypt only seen Elizabeth Taylor and think Elizabeth Taylor is a representation of what an ancient Egyptian looked like. Funny. funny shit, right? Let me give you back farther, right? I remember watching, what's that movie? 300, right? And the Persians were black. Wait a minute. I'm confused. Why are the Persians? Now, the dude that got kicked in the hole, black. The dude that's laughing with the gold in his face, black. The other dude looks kind of black. That emperor who became a god. Why are they black kind of looking? What's really going on? All the white people, they're the good people in the movies. Wow. Cut it out. See, the reality is people are just people. We can build somebody up. Like, I love the story of Wakanda and Black Panther. Black Panther is not real. There's no real Black Panther. There's no real Wakanda. There once was a great Ethiopia that doesn't exist anymore, that got destroyed by the Islamic invasions. There was once the Terran Empire that doesn't exist no more. Those are on the African continent. Nobody even talks about them. Because what? They're gone. We got to think, people. We got to research. We got to learn. And it's not all about what you read. Because, look, I'm going to give you an example. Because I know I'm off on a tangent right now because I am high. They talk about Hamites. Look through history and try to find a Hamite. That fucker don't exist. Who exists? Asiatics. Where did the word Asiatic come from? That's an African word. Everybody knows it. Farsi. These are real languages. Hamite, not real. There's a story once of the great Aryans, right? You know the Aryans and who the Aryans were Asian, not white people. There was no such thing as a white person as an Aryan. I hear this bullshit. Oh, the Aryans were the right race that once ruled the world. No, not true. Don't believe that. The Aryans were slant-eyed Asian people. Slant-eyed Asian people from Central Asia. And they had an empire, and it fell. The last remnants of the Aryan Empire is in Tibet. And that's it. That's why Hitler and his people went there. And they tried to connect themselves with ancient Asia. I'm going to tell you something. You connect yourself with ancient space. Yeah, it's still connected to ancient Africa. It doesn't matter. Adam and Eve, whatever. The Americas. The history of here. The people of here. It's man. It's a deep situation. Anyway, back to the main subject, back to video games. The thing that we have to do as gamers is be consumers. I am a happy PlayStation owner. I'm a happy motherfucking PlayStation. Oh, wow. That motherfucking cookie got me, yo. Wait a minute. Yeah, that cookie got me. That cookie got me. That cookie got me. Good Lord. I will never eat another one, the motherfucker. I feel dizzy.